Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Life with Spike. We're just chilling here out at Kin Beach. What a beautiful day it's becoming. At first, I thought it was just going to be miserable and cloudy all day, but the sun's peeking out, so that's always nice to see. I parked down the road, and then I came down here and thought I'd just hang out at the park, have breakfast, and make tea, and just hang out here for a little bit. But I wanted to show you guys a really cool idea that I don't see many people doing. I'm going to show you how you can turn your phone into a computer. Now, not many people, know this or actually do this or often use this, but I thought this would be a great van lifer opportunity to show you how to save power over running a laptop on battery, or a laptop on solar, or a laptop on the gas engine, or even a laptop on your diesel generator or your gas generator, whatever situation you're in, and you've got a need for a mouse, a keyboard, and a computer. You don't necessarily have 1,000,000 watt hours to supply everything that you need. So let's get into it. Okay, so I've got two different versions here. One has a speaker output on it. The other one has SD card. Both have USB 2.0 and a 3.0 port. Both have ability to charge, and they both have HDMI outputs. They're both USB-C, and they also work with both Android and Apple. So these are amazing. Now, I don't really need to showcase this one because it's pretty much the exact same as this one. The reason why it's the exact same is because you can always use an SD card reader USB and just plug it in. You need to have that extra one. The reason I got this one is because I would rather have zero latency when it comes to plugging in a stereo, so I can plug in a stereo jack right away. Now I've got a 27-inch monitor plugged into the inverter. Now it would be ideal if I had a 12-volt monitor that doesn't use the inverter, because the inverter, there's a 10% efficiency loss when it comes to using it. Now I'm going to use my Samsung S24 Plus as my guinea pig. This is my new phone that I just picked up the other day. Just set it up, so I'm just going to plug it straight in. That's all you need to do. Now I'm going to take my HDMI cord from the monitor, and we're going to plug it straight into the bottom. Now you don't have to do anything else but plug it in, and it automatically works. This is the first time I've ever set it up on this phone, so it's gonna go through a little setup procedure, and all you have to do is hit start. Whoops. Well, I bypassed it. Anyways, there's a screen there. It just tells you some information, and you click start. Anyways, it's done. It's turned on. We are on the desktop now. I've got a I'm gonna be looking at this camera, but I've got a second camera over here. I'm gonna overlay the video onto my edit when I'm done editing. Apparently, this is really sensitive. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just a matter of flipping it over, plugging it back in, and setting it off to the side. So I'm gonna set it off to the side. There's multiple things we can do with this right now. We can just hook it up as a stereo entertainment system. So we can hook up the speaker. Now it becomes a mouse that you can use, but that's no fun. You've got to actually hold the phone in your hand, and as you see, sometimes it's finicky and it'll disconnect you from the display. But we're gonna go one step further, and I've got a mouse here, and we're gonna plug this in to the USB 2 port and use a mouse. Oh, gotta turn it on. So now we turned on the mouse. So now that we turned on the mouse, we've got a physical working mouse that's wireless that we can connect and do anything we want with our phone. We can load up Victron, we can maximize it, we can look at the details in the shunt. Like, the ideas are just endless what we can do with this. Okay, now we're done looking at our solar stuff. We can watch YouTube. So we can watch our own YouTube videos full screen on a screen. We can change the, oh, there we go. We can change the quality. We go advanced. Let's go 1080p because this is a 1080p monitor. Make it full screen. Now we've got a 1080p full display, high detail, right to the monitor from our phone. And it's plugged in, it's running off of solar power, so the battery will stay charged via the cable, and you can play, you can play videos for hours and hours on a phone, on a monitor, even a large display screen, 4K, without any issues. I've tested it before because I've connected it to my 4K monitor, or my 4K TV at home, and it works. Of course, I've got YouTube Premium, so if I close it, it just plays in the background. So there's some quirks that you got to work around and learn, because it's not like you're just running Windows. You're basically running Ubuntu or Linux. I've got all my regular content right up here in front. I've got YouTube, Netflix, Crave, Disney Plus, Prime Video, and I've even got a web browser. And you can load up a web browser and use it just like you can a computer. Multiple tabs, and you can do a lot of stuff. Tried to use the keyboard and it's not plugged in. So we're gonna plug in a keyboard, but I've only got one port left. So what do you do when you only have one port left? You get a USB hub. So we're gonna plug in this USB hub so we can get more out of this. Now we've got it plugged in. We're gonna plug in our keyboard. It'll pop up saying you've got a keyboard installed, and now you can go ahead and type. I wanna go to Studio. There you go. Right on your phone, and not have to need a laptop or a desktop computer to, say, go in, and I forgot to add end screens on my video, so I can go in, add the end screen to my video, click save, because it's in the right spot, and it's in. Voila! I didn't need to pull out my laptop, I didn't need to pull out desktop mode on my phone, and like try and do it with my fingers. I've got a full desktop computer sitting right in front of me. Now, let's even go further. I've got a micro SD card and a micro SD card reader, and we're going to plug it in to our little hub and then turn it on. Now this isn't quite like Windows where you can just pop up in an Explorer window, so you've got to use your My Files, and voila, look at that. We've got USB storage ready to go, available. But let's go one step further. Say you want to copy files from that SD card to a USB drive. Plug it in. Well, maybe not that one. Ugh. Plug it in this one. Flip the switch, turn it on. Bam, look at that. Ready to go. You got your USB storage and your USB storage one. But even better, let's put in a full 3.5 inch SATA drive. Just so you know I'm not faking it. Here you go. Plug it in. Click. Oh, you didn't like that. Oh, no, it did. It did like it. It just glitched out for a second. It was like confused for a second. So I've got 1, 2, and 3. I've got all 3 drives available. And just to confirm, mouse still works, keyboard still works. So what else can we do this? I don't know about video editing. There's not a lot of processing power. Microsoft Word. Let's pull up the full, like this is a little bit different, but that's all right. Now that it has access to save files, we can totally just start writing a document. Hello, my name is Steve. I don't type very often, so I'm used to just swiping on my phone all the time, but there you go. You can also load up your text messages. Like your texts are here too. I'm not gonna load it up because there's some privacy stuff in there I don't want you guys seeing. You've got Microsoft Word, you've got Microsoft Excel. The Windows key works just like you would on a computer. You've got your Excel documents ready to go if you need to, and these files would be swappable from a desktop. So once I'm done editing this here, I can save it to a flash drive and open it up on the laptop. No issues, not a problem. Now, how much power does it consume? Because obviously we're trying to save on that 120 watt laptop that we don't want to use by using the phone to save the laptop power. Another thing is if you're watching a video for say, and for instance you want to check your text messages and stuff, you can still use your phone. Like your phone is still accessible when it's like a second display. So you could watch a video and be browsing Facebook and texting people and still watch your video on the screen. Although you just got to be careful because that's sensitive. And I also noticed that if you unplug the power, it disconnects everything, but the phone still runs everything. So you got to watch your battery power if you don't have your power connected to the USB dock. Okay, so we're pulling about 4.5 amps, and then we'll turn off the display, and it jumps up to 7 amps. So we're using just about 2.5 to 3 amps to run this display, and then it takes about an amp to keep the phone charged. So about 3.8 amps to run the monitor and the phone on battery power or solar power, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope that was informative. I kind of went through a lot of stuff. Hopefully I explained it. If you guys have any help, need any help, post it down in the comments. Maybe I can help you guys out, because this is an amazing little setup here that I can play with and not have to worry about pulling out a laptop and doing something when this phone can do it all. Now, whether or not I can install DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere and actually edit a full video on my phone, I don't think so. That requires a lot of processing power. Those are some other things that I've got to take into consideration, but for a van lifer, this is an awesome little setup that you guys could do. If you guys like this video, please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment down below if you got any questions, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys.